Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Nasya Kamila from Class C with student ID 12350301005. Now in this video, I want to show you how I translate text from English to Indonesia using techniques and method that I have been learned in English Indonesia translations class with lecturer Miss Dian. Okay, so let's start it. Here the text from novel The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, prologue section, and let me show you how I translate this text from English to Indonesia. Well guys, you can see there are some texts are highlighted. So let's start discuss one by one, okay? Okay, first, you don't know about me. You don't know about me without you have read a book by the name of The Adventure of Tom Sawyer, but that ain't no matter. Nah, in this part I translate it as kamu nggak tahu tentang aku kalau belum membaca buku berjudul The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, tapi itu nggak masalah. Now for this sentence I use semantic translation to ensure that the informal tone of the narrator is preserved in the Indonesian version. The narrator speaks casually, and it's important that this casualness is carried over to the translation. And the phrase that ain't no matter was translated to itu nggak masalah, which also keeps the informal and conversational style intact. Now this translation method was chosen to maintain the voice and attitude of the narrator, which central of the storytelling style of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Next, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. The title of the book is kept in English as The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And I use the borrowing technique here, which is a common approach for book titles, moves title, and proper names. In this case, keeping the title in its original language is crucial to maintain its identity and global recognition. Book titles typically are not translated to preserve their original form, and the readers will still understand the context of the book from the rest of the translation. By keeping the title as it is, the translation respects the global cultural reverence of Mark Twain's famous work. Next, he told a truth manly. This phrase I translated as buku itu ditulis oleh Mark Twain dan sebagian besar ceritanya benar. So he told the truth manly is sebagian besar ceritanya benar. Here I employed reduction. This technique involves shortening the text while keeping the meaning intact. I considering the phrase to make it more efficient and concise in Indonesia. In English, mainly would imply that the story contains some embellishment or exaggeration, but the core truth is present. In the Indonesian translation, I preserve the essence of this idea without overcomplicating the sentence, thus ensuring both clarity and bravery. Next, there is but lie one time or another, and I translate this to nggak pernah bohong. I use idiomatic translation here because the phrase needed to sound natural in everyday Indonesians or in Indonesians. In the original English, lied one time or another means that everyone lies at some point, but in Indonesia we can express the same idea more naturality with nggak pernah bohong, which is a more idiomatic way of saying that no one tells the truth all the time. And this method helps the translation flow smoothly and sound familiar to native Indonesian speaker. Next, there is winds up, and This phrase was translated as akhir cerita, and I use semantic translation for this part, as the phrase winds up refers to the conclusion or the ending of the books. In Indonesia, it means akhir cerita, and directly conveys the meaning without losing the context, and the aim was to stay as close as possible to the original meaning while also making the translation sound clear and natural for Indonesian reader. Next, there is an awful sight of money, and I translate it as pemandangan yang luar biasa banyaknya. And here, I use semantic translation was again the best option for me because the word awful in the original English doesn't refer to something negative but to something that is overwhelming or intense. Therefore, I translated it as pemandangan yang luar biasa banyaknya, which capture the idea of immense amounts of money without losing the intensely convey in the original text. Next, there is a page us. For this phrase, I translate it to memberi kami, and I use modulation method in this case because the verb felt in English can imply bringing something, but in the context of the sentence, it refers to the money providing them with a daily income, memberi kami, which means give us. And it sounds more natural and makes better sense in Indonesians, given the context of financial gain. This change helps to make the translation more fluent and natural for Indonesian readers. Next, there is civilize me, and I translate it to mengubah saya menjadi orang beradab. And in this case, I use idiomatic translation. The original phrase, civilize me, may seem a bit formal or outdated, but in Indonesians, mengubah saya menjadi orang beradab, meaning to turn me into civilized person, is a more familiar and casual way expressing the same idea, and this method helps the translation sound more relatable and informal, matching tone of the narrator's voice in the original text. And then there is a lead out, as I translate it into kabur. And again, I use idiomatic translation, and lead out is an informal expression meaning to run away or escape. And Indonesian kabur is a direct of commonly used idiomatic expression to convey the same idea. Next, there is a sugar hogshead. Since sugar hogshead is not a noun term in Indonesian cultures, I translate it as tempat penyimpanan gula, and I use adaptation method because the term sugar hogshead refers to a large barrel used to store sugar, but because this is not a concept that will be familiar to most Indonesian readers, I adapted it into something that would be understood, which is tempat penyimpanan gula. And the last one is hunted me up. I translate it into mencari aku, and I use idiomatic translation again. Hunted me up is an informal way of saying someone actively search for you, and in Indonesia, mencari aku convey the same meaning in a simple everyday manner. Okay, so that's all that I can show you how I translate a text from English to Indonesia. Hopefully this can help you to translate a text too. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.